Well, I first, I guess, joined the Y, and again, I don't know whether I was really, really joined, but it was just kind of a place to hang out. Would have been kind of like in the early '60s at the Emerson Street YMCA, which was located at 1014 Emerson Street. And of course, that building has now been torn down and it's a vacant lot. But used to go to the Y to play, basketball, scattered dodgeball, play pool, ping pong. But the Y was just a great place for kids to just hang out. And later on, as I grew a little bit older, they had various I guess, Y clubs. And I always remember back on Wednesday night, they used to always have a meeting for, I guess it would be the high school kids, and from freshmen all the way through seniors. And every Wednesday night, you could always expect to go there and see all of your classmates from, like I say, freshmen all the way up to the seniors. So it's just a fantastic time. And then, of course, throughout the '60s, and then the Emerson Street Y closed in 1968, I believe. But I had graduated from high school, and of course, I was no longer real active in the Y. And then, following the closure of the Emerson Street Y, I kind of stayed away from the Y. Some years later, I started going to the Grove Street Y as an adult. And again, my primary purpose was to go there, play basketball, work out, and basically leave. And then I'd say probably in the early 1990s, a lady by the name of Alice Creeman. Alice Creeman at the time was the chairman of the board of the directors at the McGaw YMCA, and she asked me would I replace the late Warren Cherry, who was a board member and also happened to be my brother-in-law. She asked me if I would take Warren's place on the board, and I told Alice, basically, thanks, but no thanks. And I said to Alice, Alice, why would I want to join a board of directors of a YMCA that when I, as a kid, was not even welcome to, to come to the YMCA? And she said, yeah, I understand. She went on to say, because she's Jewish, you know what, Robert, she called me Bob, Bob, the same thing happened to me as a Jew growing up in Evanston. That when she and her family moved to Evanston from Hyde Park, I believe, she didn't really feel welcome at the Grove Street Y as well. But she said, a lot has changed, and she said, what better way to get involved and to make changes? Don't you think it'd be better to be on the inside, being part of, setting strategy, making decisions, than being on the outside, continuing to complain about what happened, 30 years ago? So with that, I said, Alice, let me think about it, and she continued to follow up with me and convinced me that I could have an impact by sitting at the table as opposed to being on the outside. So I joined the Y as a member of the McGaw YMCA Board of Directors, got involved with a number of different committees, primarily in the fundraising area, and was very successful. But what was most impressive is I met so many just good, extraordinary people that I've developed. Both my wife and I have developed friendships that we cherish very much. My sister once said, we were kind of a poor family. and I almost started to hit her upside her head because I didn't know what she was talking about. But my sisters were always involved in other things, and involved in the Y. They just didn't have time to be involved with the Y. So for my family, it was pretty much myself, and I guess the primary interest was that playing sports and always having a place to kind of like hang out, a safe place where great people, great leadership was provided, and high expectations required. So it was just a great place to hang out with friends, and looked like we always had fun. It was just, guy, what are you going to do? We're going to the Y, going to go play basketball. Now, one of the things that I regret is that a lot of my friends learned how to swim at the Y, but unfortunately, I was not one of them. So they tried to get me in the pool, but no, I just absolutely refused to get in the pool. And as of today, I'm not a very good swimmer. When I was the chairman of the Y board, the aquatics director said, hey, the chairman of the board has got to learn how to swim. And she gave me lessons, and I made tremendous improvement in swimming. But when I swim, I didn't develop the real good breathing technique. So I guess I kind of classify myself as still being a non-swimmer. In the early '60s, of course, we were just, I graduated from Evanston in '64. So early '60s, when I first started, I guess I was a freshman, and they had various, clubs that you could participate in. They went on field trips, so it was educational as well. But what I really enjoyed about it, probably more than anything else, was the idea of being able to play team sports, and you learn all the important things of being part of a team. Teamwork, sportsmanship. It's not me, but it's always us and we. And you learn those that that are life lessons that you learn. And we had coaches, we had volunteers that were just very positive role models, and many of those role models, I still see them today. They still are playing a significant role in our community. People like Gene Bell, who is now the commissioner and the founder of the FAM Youth Basketball Program. Bill Logan, also a founder of FAM, and also was the first African-American chief of the Evanston Police Department. Sam Hicks, who was the first African-American fire chief, and many others. But they all were very, very positive role models. And as you look back, what stood out about these individuals was that they were just, just good citizens, and always trying to stress what is right. They stressed the importance of education. And they also stressed the importance of trying to give a little bit back. The fact that they were taking valuable time from their families and their daily lives to spend time with us. And I guess probably at the time we didn't really appreciate it, but as you look back, it really meant a lot. It was a tremendous void, and for many young African Americans in Evanston, they really didn't have another option, or maybe the only option was Fleetwood Jourdain Community Center. But when you look at where most of the African American kids lived at the time, of course, in the Fifth Ward, And transportation, of course, was an issue of getting down to the Grove Street Y, and because there was always that, what should I call it, the chilling effect. Many parents did not want to send their kids there, and a lot of the kids didn't want to go there, and yeah, so it was a tremendous loss. I mean, it's kind of like for some, the only thing that they knew was the Emerson Street Y. It was everything. It was where they had their parties at, where they socialized at. It's where they had some formal dances at. I mean, the Y was everything. And again, it was a YMCA that you saw many blacks from the community in significant position and role model positions, and then that was all taken away. So for many of us, it was a tremendous void.